Welcome to UFO Files. I'm your host, Ben Carter. In the silence of an Alaskan winter, under the vivid dance of the northern lights, a chilling event took place. On that cold, clear night on November 17, 1986, a Japan Airlines cargo flight was en route from Paris to Tokyo, cruising over the icy wilderness. The veteran pilot, Captain Kenju Terauchi, a man with over 10,000 hours of flight experience, was at the helm. Suddenly, his calm routine was shattered by an unexpected and unwelcome sight. There, at a distance, were two objects, glowing and unidentified, pacing his Boeing 747. These objects, as described by Terauchi, were of an unearthly nature, casting an intense light that illuminated the cockpit and had a seemingly intelligent control over their movements. As they hovered and swooped, they displayed an agility that surpassed any known human technology. Then, as suddenly as they appeared, they vanished, leaving behind a bewildered pilot and an air of mystery that lingers to this day. When Terauchi reported the encounter, the reaction was swift and severe. His superiors at Japan Airlines grounded him, effectively ending his commercial flying career. Yet, this did not deter Terauchi. He stood by his account, insisting that he had indeed witnessed something extraordinary. The FAA, after examining radar data and air traffic communications, concluded that the 747 had been in the vicinity of something unexplained, but stopped short of confirming an encounter with an unidentified aerial phenomena. Yet, the incident remains one of the most credible and well-documented UFO sightings in history. This event, like so many others, raises questions that hover on the edge of our understanding, questions about the nature of these unidentified objects or phenomena. Are these merely advanced technology that our limited human understanding cannot yet comprehend? Or could they be something more? Could these inexplicable sightings be modern manifestations of ancient gods? Ancient cultures around the globe have long told tales of gods descending from the heavens, often in chariots of fire or brilliant beams of light. These gods were believed to hold powers beyond human comprehension, capable of incredible feats and spectacular displays. In ancient India, for instance, texts such as the Mahabharata and the Ramayana describe fantastical flying machines called vimanas, piloted by gods. These vimanas were said to emit bright light and noise, and had the ability to disappear at will. They were depicted as being capable of incredible maneuvers, not unlike the modern reports of UFOs. Similarly, in the biblical book of Ezekiel, the prophet describes a vision of a strange flying object, filled with flashing lights and fire, that moved with a speed and precision that seemed otherworldly. The parallels are uncanny. Could it be possible that our ancestors interacted with the same phenomena we are witnessing today, interpreting them through the lens of their cultural and religious understanding? Are these UFOs the modern face of the ancient gods? Or is this comparison a leap too far? As we delve deeper into these questions, we find ourselves in a world where myth and reality converge, where the gods of old may not be as distant as we once thought. To understand this phenomenon, we must journey back to the cradle of civilization, ancient Sumer, located in the region now known as Iraq. Here, a sophisticated culture flourished around 4,500 years ago, producing the world's first known writing system, advanced mathematics, astronomy, and a pantheon of gods whose stories bear a striking resemblance to modern-day UFO encounters. The Sumerians chronicled their interactions with these gods, or Anunnaki, through detailed cuneiform inscriptions on clay tablets. The Anunnaki were described as beings who descended from the sky in fiery chariots, bringing with them knowledge and technological advancements that propelled the Sumerians into an era of unprecedented growth. Some have theorized that these accounts may be the earliest recorded interactions with unidentified flying objects. In the political climate of the time, these interactions were seen as divine interventions, the gods choosing to bestow their wisdom upon the Sumerians. The Anunnaki were revered and worshipped, their arrival from the sky seen as a celestial blessing. Yet, with our modern understanding of technology and space travel, one might interpret these accounts differently, as potential encounters with extraterrestrial life or unknown aerial phenomena. the Sumerians were not alone in their beliefs. Across the globe during the same era, the ancient Egyptians also revered sky gods who were said to descend from the heavens in radiant vehicles. Their mythology, too, is filled with stories of gods bestowing technology and knowledge upon humanity, often depicted in hieroglyphs as interactions with celestial beings. The cultural and scientific developments of the time may have influenced these interpretations. For instance, the Sumerians and Egyptians were both keen astronomers, charting the stars and planets with remarkable precision for their time. This knowledge of the cosmos could have shaped their understanding of the gods, framing them as celestial beings from beyond the earthly realm. In contrast, in a world without the concept of advanced technology or extraterrestrial life, these encounters were explained within the context of divine interaction. This method of explaining the unexplainable through divine intervention was a common theme throughout ancient civilizations, potentially providing a link between ancient gods and modern UFO sightings. In this light, the Vimanas of ancient India, the fiery chariots of the Sumerian Anunnaki, and the celestial beings of ancient Egypt could perhaps be viewed as early accounts of UFO phenomena. As we continue to grapple with the mystery of unidentified flying objects, these ancient stories offer a fascinating perspective, suggesting that humanity's encounter with these phenomena may span far longer than we had previously imagined. It's a tantalizing thought that the gods of our distant past may indeed be the unidentified flying objects of our present. Throughout history, there are strikingly similar accounts of unexplained aerial phenomena, which have been handed down through generations and across cultures. In modern times, these accounts are often linked to pilots, officials, abductees, or whistleblowers, each with their unique stories and evidence. Consider the case of Kenneth Arnold, a private pilot who in 1947 reported seeing 9 unusual objects flying in a chain near Mount Rainier, Washington. Arnold's description of the objects as moving like a saucer would if you skipped it across water led to the popular term flying saucers. His story, corroborated by similar reports from other pilots, sparked a wave of UFO sightings across the United States. Or take the 1986 Japan Airlines Flight 1628 incident. The crew reported seeing 2 unidentified objects to their left, which at times mirrored their speed and maneuvering over Alaska. Despite initial skepticism, an investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration revealed that radar detected something unidentified in the vicinity of the aircraft. More recently, a declassified 2004 report from the USS Nimitz revealed an encounter with a UFO off the Southern California coast. 2 fighter jet pilots observed an object that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The Pentagon later confirmed the legitimacy of the incident, along with several other encounters, marking a significant shift in the official stance on UFOs. These are just a few examples among countless others. Consider the accounts of abductees, often reporting similar experiences of being taken aboard unidentified craft, encountering otherworldly beings, and receiving messages or undergoing procedures. Though skeptics question the validity of these claims, the similarities across reports are difficult to ignore. Then there are whistleblowers like Robert Lazar, who claim to have worked on reverse engineering extraterrestrial technology at a site called S4, near Area 51 in Nevada. Others, like retired Command Sergeant Major Robert O. Dean, claim to have had access to classified documents revealing government knowledge of extraterrestrial life. Declassified documents further add intrigue to this narrative. For example, the Majestic 12 documents, supposedly secret files from a clandestine group tasked with handling UFO and extraterrestrial matters, hint at a deeper government involvement. Though their authenticity has been widely debated, they remain a crucial part of UFO lore. The photographic and video evidence is vast and varied, from grainy black and white images of purported flying saucers to high-definition footage captured by fighter pilots. With the advent of digital media, such evidence has become increasingly accessible, fueling the debate over their authenticity and interpretation. These accounts, spanning decades and even centuries, offer a rich tapestry of encounters with the unknown. Each witness, document, and encounter adds a piece to the puzzle, pushing us to reevaluate our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Just as ancient civilizations sought to explain the unexplainable through their gods, so too do we grapple with the mystery of UFOs, wondering if they might be the modern face of our ancient gods. At the heart of this exploration lies a provocative theory that the gods and divine beings of ancient mythologies were, in fact, extraterrestrial visitors whose arrival on Earth was misinterpreted by primitive societies. This theory, known as the ancient astronaut theory, was popularized by authors like Erich von Däniken and Zecharia Sitchin, and it offers a radical reinterpretation of human history. According to this perspective, ancient civilizations had contact with technologically advanced beings from other worlds. These extraterrestrials were perceived as gods due to their superior knowledge and abilities, and their interactions with humans were recorded in religious texts, myths, and archaeological structures around the world. Proponents of this theory point to examples like the Great Pyramids of Egypt, Stonehenge, and the Mayan calendar as evidence of extraterrestrial influence. They argue these monumental achievements were far beyond the capabilities of the civilizations that built them, suggesting the input of advanced alien technology. Similarly, they interpret ancient religious texts, like the Bible's Book of Ezekiel or the Hindu Vimanas, as evidence of ancient encounters with extraterrestrial visitors. Central to this theory is the assertion that modern UFO sightings and encounters are merely a continuation of these historical interactions. The beings encountered during alleged abductions and the crafts seen in the sky are not new phenomena, but the same entities that inspired our ancestors' belief in divine beings. This viewpoint reframes the modern UFO phenomenon as not just a question of whether we are alone in the universe, but as a mystery deeply rooted in our past. The ancient astronaut theory, however, is not without its critics. Skeptics argue that it overlooks the ingenuity and capabilities of ancient civilizations, attributing their achievements to external alien forces rather than their own prowess. They also point out that interpretations of religious texts and ancient artifacts can be highly subjective, with many other plausible explanations available. Moreover, critics warn against the danger of confirmation bias, the tendency to interpret evidence in a way that confirms pre-existing beliefs. In this case, the belief in extraterrestrial visitation could lead to overinterpretation of ambiguous evidence, ignoring alternative explanations. Despite these criticisms, the ancient astronaut theory has a significant following and has gained traction in popular culture. It offers an explanation for the UFO phenomenon that connects it to a grand narrative of human history, transforming it from a modern mystery to an age-old enigma. Yet the truth remains elusive. Are the gods of antiquity and the UFOs of today manifestations of the same extraordinary presence? Are we revisiting encounters that have shaped our past and will likely shape our future? Or are we merely projecting our hopes, fears, and questions about the universe onto mysteries we cannot yet explain? These are the questions driving the core of this exploration, offering a journey not just into the skies, but into our past and potentially our future. The UFO phenomenon, whether viewed as modern mythology or ancient history revisited, challenges our understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos. It invites us to look beyond the familiar, to question the known, and to confront the possibility of a reality far stranger than we ever imagined. Looking to further solidify the connections between ancient gods and modern UFOs, researchers have turned to more tangible sources of evidence. They scrutinize crash sites, analyze metallic debris, study biological anomalies, and decipher electromagnetic interference and radar returns. These physical signs may hint at a technology far beyond our current understanding. One such instance is the Roswell incident of 1947, where debris from a crashed object was found in New Mexico. The find included pieces of rubber, foil, tape, and paper, all seemingly ordinary materials. Yet witnesses claimed the foil could not be burned, torn, or cut, displaying properties far beyond any known metal of the time. It is this kind of physical evidence that fuels the belief of a far superior, perhaps extraterrestrial technology. Then, there's the infamous Rendlesham Forest incident of 1980. Military personnel at a NATO base in the United Kingdom reported seeing a strange triangular craft land in the forest. They described it as being covered in hieroglyphic-like markings and emitting a bright light. In the following days, radiation levels at the landing site were found to be significantly higher than normal. These physical anomalies are difficult to attribute to any known natural or man-made sources, suggesting the involvement of unknown technologies. Moreover, there are numerous instances where UFO sightings have been followed by unexplained biological effects. Witnesses have reported symptoms ranging from temporary blindness and skin burns to more severe effects like radiation sickness. Are these the result of exposure to unknown forms of energy emitted by these UFOs, or merely psychosomatic responses to high-stress encounters? Radar returns and electromagnetic interference related to UFO sightings provide further potential evidence. There are hundreds of cases where UFOs have been tracked on radar, moving at speeds and with maneuverability far beyond current human technology. In some cases, these objects have caused electrical systems in nearby vehicles and aircraft to malfunction or completely shut down. This kind of electromagnetic interference suggests the presence of advanced technology, potentially of extraterrestrial origin. In all these instances, the physical evidence and anomalies present an intriguing case. They suggest that the UFO phenomenon involves more than just sightings. It entails encounters with objects exhibiting advanced technology and unknown energy forms, capable of influencing their immediate environment in inexplicable ways. Yet, while the physical evidence provides tantalizing hints of advanced technology, it is not definitive proof of extraterrestrial visitations. It is possible that some of these phenomena could be the result of highly classified human technology, natural occurrences, or even hoaxes. Nevertheless, the sheer weight of unexplained physical evidence lends credence to the idea that something beyond our current understanding is at play. Whether this is the handiwork of ancient gods, extraterrestrial visitors, or something else entirely, remains to be seen. The response of governments, military agencies, and intelligence bodies to UFO sightings has often been one of denial and information suppression. This pattern has been seen globally, from the United States to the Soviet Union and beyond. This denial, in many cases, has taken the form of official statements dismissing UFO sightings as misinterpretations of natural or man-made phenomena. But beneath these public denials, there has often been a more secretive response. The United States Air Force's Project Blue Book, which ran from 1952 to 1969, is one such example. Officially, the project concluded that most UFO sightings could be explained as conventional aircraft, weather phenomena, or hoaxes. However, declassified documents and insider testimonies suggest a different story. There are indications that the project was also involved in a disinformation campaign, where it deliberately debunked or misinterpreted UFO sightings to prevent public panic or to conceal classified projects. The United Kingdom's Ministry of Defense followed a similar path. It maintained a public stance of skepticism while conducting classified investigations into UFO sightings. Some of these investigations, revealed through Freedom of Information requests, showed that the ministry took the sightings seriously, investigating them thoroughly, and often failing to find conventional explanations. Perhaps one of the most infamous examples of government secrecy surrounding UFOs is the Roswell incident in 1947. The military initially reported that they had recovered a crashed flying disc, only to retract the statement the next day, claiming it was a weather balloon. Over the years, multiple witnesses have come forward claiming to have seen alien bodies and wreckage of unknown technology, and suggesting a cover-up. Witness suppression has also been a common response to UFO sightings. Those who have reported encounters have often faced ridicule, threats, and even career-ending repercussions. Military personnel, pilots, and radar operators, despite their trained observational skills and credibility, have been particularly targeted. Often their reports have been dismissed, they have been encouraged to recant, or they have been warned to keep silent under threat of court-martial or loss of security clearance. In some cases, UFO sightings have been linked to classified military projects. The stealth bomber, for instance, was often mistaken for a UFO due to its unusual shape and silent operation. In such cases, the military had a vested interest in maintaining secrecy and misinformation to protect classified technology. So, what does the pattern of denial, disinformation, and suppression tell us? At the very least, it suggests that governments and military agencies have taken UFO sightings more seriously than they have publicly admitted. Whether this is due to a genuine concern about extraterrestrial visitors, the desire to exploit or conceal advanced technology, or simply an instinctive response to the unknown, remains a matter of debate. However, this pattern also complicates the investigation into UFOs. It leads to a labyrinth of misinformation and secrecy that can be difficult to navigate, obscuring the true nature of the phenomenon. Whether UFOs are the modern face of ancient gods, evidence of extraterrestrial visitation, or something else entirely, the official response has done more to obscure than to illuminate the truth. This web of secrecy and obfuscation surrounding UFO phenomena does more than just complicate the search for truth. It strikes at the very heart of our shared understanding of reality, authority, and our place in the universe. It raises questions that are as much philosophical and psychological as they are scientific and societal. Think about it. The idea that UFOs may represent advanced technology or beings from another world challenges our perceived place in the cosmic order. Since the dawn of civilization, humans have seen themselves as the center of the universe, the apex of creation. The mere prospect of intelligent extraterrestrial life shatters this anthropocentric worldview. It forces us to confront the humbling possibility that we may be far from unique, far from special, merely one species among countless others in an unimaginably vast cosmos. Then there is the question of authority. The denial and disinformation surrounding UFOs imply a level of control and manipulation that is deeply unsettling. It suggests that our governments, our institutions, those we entrust with power, may be withholding crucial information, perhaps even lying to us. It erodes our faith in authority, our belief in the transparency and accountability of our leaders, and our trust in the very structures that underpin our societies. On a psychological level, the UFO phenomenon confronts us with the unknown, the inexplicable, the uncanny. It taps into deep-seated fears and fascinations that are almost primal in nature. Fear of the dark, of the other, of invasion, of loss of control. Fascination with the mysterious, the alien, the transcendent. It provokes profound questions about our own nature and the nature of reality itself. Are we alone? What does it mean to be human? What are the limits of our understanding, our perception, our reality? Lastly, the idea of UFOs as the modern face of ancient gods offers a unique perspective on our spiritual and cultural history. It suggests that what we have long interpreted as divine or supernatural may, in fact, be grounded in tangible, albeit advanced, technology. This poses a radical reinterpretation of our myths, our religions, our very concept of the divine. It implies a continuity, a connection between the past and the present, the earthly and the cosmic, the human and the divine, that is deeply resonant and profoundly unsettling. In many ways, the UFO phenomenon is a mirror, reflecting our deepest hopes and fears, our greatest aspirations and anxieties. It challenges our perceptions, our beliefs, our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. It forces us to confront the unknown, the other, the transcendent. And in doing so, it compels us to question, to explore, to seek out the truth, no matter how strange or unsettling it may be. In the current age, the resurgence of the UFO phenomenon in the media landscape has been nothing short of extraordinary. This resurgence, however, isn't a random spike in curiosity. It's a calculated, well-documented, and carefully orchestrated effort to bring this phenomenon to the forefront of public consciousness. Documentaries and podcasts have taken the lead in this endeavor, offering a platform for serious, in-depth exploration of the UFO phenomenon. These productions often feature interviews with reputable scientists, military personnel, and investigators, lending credence to the subject. They delve into declassified documents, leaked videos, and witness testimonials, providing compelling evidence that is difficult to dismiss. For example, the New York Times 2017 exposé on the Pentagon's previously undisclosed UFO research program, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, was a game-changer. This information, combined with declassified footage of unidentified aerial phenomena encountered by the military, has caused ripples in the public discourse. Similarly, documentaries like Unacknowledged and series like Unidentified Inside America's UFO Investigation have played pivotal roles in shaping the narrative. They've shone a spotlight on the secrecy and disinformation that has surrounded the topic for decades, compelling viewers to question the official narrative and seek the truth. This explosion of interest has not gone unnoticed by the policymakers. Congressional hearings on the topic have increased, and in 2020, the Department of Defense established the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force to investigate sightings of unexplained aerial objects by military personnel. The media resurgence has undeniably affected public opinion. A Gallup poll in 2019 found that 68% of Americans believe that the government knows more about UFOs than it reveals. The same poll reported a significant increase in the belief in extraterrestrial life, with 33% of Americans believing that some UFOs are indeed alien spacecraft. This shift isn't confined to the public. Within the scientific community, the taboo around the UFO topic appears to be lifting. Esteemed institutions like Harvard University are openly studying the possibility of extraterrestrial life and interstellar technology. In essence, the modern resurgence of the UFO phenomenon, powered by the media, has significantly shifted the narrative. The conversation has moved from the fringes of pseudoscience and conspiracy theory to mainstream scientific and political discourse. It has forced us to reevaluate our understanding of the unknown, our perception of the other, and our grasp of the transcendent. This shift is not merely a cultural or intellectual curiosity. It's a profound societal change, a redefinition of our place in the cosmos. It challenges our deepest-held beliefs, our notions of authority and truth, and our interpretation of our own history. It forces us to confront the possibility that we are not alone in the universe, and that our understanding of the divine, of the gods of our ancestors, may need to be radically reimagined. Among the more radical theories that have emerged in the wake of this shift are a number of speculative interpretations that challenge conventional wisdom to its core. Some posit that extraterrestrial beings have been visiting Earth for millennia, and that ancient cultures interpreted these encounters as divine interventions, weaving them into their mythologies and religions. This theory suggests that UFO sightings are not a new phenomenon, but a modern interpretation of an ancient reality. Others propose an even more radical idea, that UFOs are not extraterrestrial at all, but the product of advanced human civilizations from the future. Time travel, they argue, is a more plausible explanation for the high-speed anti-gravitational maneuvers exhibited by these unidentified craft. A hypothesis like this would imply that our future selves have mastered the dimension of time, a concept that could redefine our understanding of the universe and indeed life itself. A third perspective, equally speculative, suggests that UFOs might be interdimensional in nature. Advocates of this theory argue that these phenomena are evidence of entities from parallel realities or other dimensions intersecting with our own. This could mean that our universe is but one of many, part of a vast multiverse teeming with life and intelligence we are just beginning to comprehend. And then there is the theory that UFOs are the result of secret advanced technology programs run by our own governments or private corporations. These clandestine operations, the theory goes, have been developing and testing groundbreaking propulsion and energy systems, and what we perceive as UFOs are simply the test flights of these experimental craft. Finally, there is the hybrid theory, the idea that extraterrestrial beings have been interbreeding with humans for generations in a slow and methodical effort to create a hybrid species. Proponents of this theory often point to accounts of alleged alien abductions and experiments as evidence. These theories, while speculative and controversial, all serve to illustrate the same point. our understanding of the universe and our place within it is changing. The persistent mystery of the UFO phenomenon is forcing us to look beyond our established frameworks and reconsider the nature of reality itself. As we grapple with these questions, we are confronted with the possibility that our ancestors' gods might not have been divine beings, but visitors from other worlds or times. The implications of such a revelation for our understanding of history, spirituality, and our own identity are profound and far-reaching. As we stand on the precipice of a new era in our understanding of the cosmos, the question remains, are UFOs the modern face of ancient gods? Or are they something else entirely, a new mystery that we are only just beginning to unravel? As we continue to seek answers, it becomes clear that the journey itself is just as important as the destination. Our exploration of UFOs as the modern face of ancient gods has led us down some fascinating and at times unsettling avenues of thought. From ancient astronaut theorists to the possibility of interdimensional entities, secret government operations, and even the idea of a human-alien hybrid species. Each theory peels back another layer of the enigma, pushing us further into the realm of the unknown. Yet as we delve deeper, certain questions remain stubbornly unanswered. If these phenomena are indeed the works of extraterrestrial races or interdimensional beings, why haven't they made themselves known to us unequivocally? What is their purpose in visiting or observing us? Are they benevolent explorers, indifferent observers, or something more sinister? If UFOs are the result of secret advanced technology, why has none of this technology been made public? Is it being used for purposes that the general population is unaware of? Or is its revelation simply too dangerous for our current level of societal and technological development? And what about the hybrid theory? If true, what could such a long-term project possibly hope to achieve? Are we talking about a slow colonization, a shared evolution, or perhaps an attempt to preserve a dying race through genetic integration with our own? These questions hang in the air, tantalizing and unanswerable, at least with the knowledge and evidence currently at our disposal. They challenge our assumptions, our beliefs, and even our understanding of what it means to be human. Yet, it is precisely this uncertainty that keeps us searching, keeps us questioning. It is the fuel that drives our curiosity and our desire to understand the world, the universe, and our place within it. And perhaps it is in this search for understanding that we come closest to touching the divine, whatever form it may take. As we navigate through the ever-expanding cosmos of possibilities, we are reminded that reality is often stranger than fiction, and what we consider known today might be turned upside down tomorrow. Despite the many unanswered questions and the mysteries that continue to elude us, one thing is certain: we are not alone in our quest for understanding. So as we conclude this exploration, we leave you with an invitation. An invitation to ponder the mysteries of the UFO phenomenon, to question our understanding of history and our place in the universe, and to consider what might still be out there, hidden just beyond the veil of our comprehension. As we have seen, the answers we seek might not only shed light on the nature of UFOs, but also reveal new facets of our own humanity. In the end, the question might not be whether UFOs are the modern face of ancient gods, but rather what these phenomena teach us about ourselves. Just remember, the truth, as they say, is out there, but perhaps more importantly, it is also within us. Thanks for listening. This has been another episode of UFO Files. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.